Okay, now all of you listening, I deeply apologize for this next sentence.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Edward, is that your microphone, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh my god.
Why?
No.
Oh,
That's
I'm
terrible.
distraught.
That was so bad.
I'm hurt on the inside.
It's like not even good. It's
This
just
was made in
shitty.
2010. It wasn't even that all long ago.
no.
Who thought that was a good idea to put that sentence down on paper and then post it to the internet? Oh, I have a headache. Oh my gosh.
Kyle.
Oh, I'm hurt. Give me
You
one
should-
second. I need to recoup. I need to
Look at
recoup.
some cats. Or something.
With some cats.
I don't know. Something.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Again, I apologize for that. He smacked my ass.
No. Alright, you can stop.
Hello everyone, and welcome to... What episode is this?
64.
64. A little fucking excited there. 1 second. I have to open up the outline. It was a good start. Episode 44. Welcome to
There we
episode
go.
44
I was close.
of the
Had
Thought
the
Patrol.
four right.
Hey, you were Tony off? What's that?
I was close.
Half a year?
Fuck off.
So, it is me and Caitlyn for today. We have a new
Sibling
setup.
podcast.
Yeah,
What's
the
up?
sibling podcast. That'd be a nice name if Shawn wasn't here or
Fuck
wasn't. Whoa.
Fuck that guy.
Oh man, that's rude. How rude can you be?
Pretty rude, actually.
So, we are here to do this episode. We're actually doing this at a completely off time. It's Tuesday, 3 p.m. So if you guys, I did notify as many people as I could that the podcast would not come out on Tuesday morning. We had a bit of a, how do I say this?
I watched this really shitty movie in the meantime, and it was just like
Oh yeah, I watched Voice of
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
The fucking shittiest movie I've ever seen, I think, in my life. Like,
That's a bold- that's a
that's a
bold
true
claim.
statement, though. Yeah.
Would you look Guillermo del Toro in the face and tell him that?
Yeah, I'd be like, you created a piece of shit, essentially. Like, you fucker. I wasted my time, my money.
Hey, dude, your movie was ass, man. You gotta.
Yeah, like, fucking step. I don't know. It was just so shitty. Like, my God. My grandma watched it.
What did Grandma think about the whole fingering herself?
No one. I don't even think.
No one
anyone really-
realized that she was
I don't think
fingering
anyone
herself?
knew what was happening.
No.
Because it was
Did
really,
you
it was
realize
really
what was
quick.
happening?
Well, obviously, because she's sitting in the bathtub and she just sit back and she like opens her legs and you hear like
Schlick
like-
noises?
yeah, like when you masturbate, it's like that noise. So I was just like, oh shit, but I didn't say anything. Like I didn't say anything out
Sounds
loud.
like someone sticking their fingers in and out of a jar of peanut butter real quick.
I guess I don't know. I never thought about it. But I didn't really say anything, so
You
I just
know-
kind of kept quiet, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" But then I guess no one said anything. So.
Let's say praise to the silent heroes or the Foley artists that had to do that noise. Because that wasn't her.
That's not Foley.
that was
Those
some-
Foley fuckers.
Yeah, that
They're
was
like,
some dude sticking his finger in and out of a jar of peanut butter, man.
It's a what's this fucking
Unspoken
name?
heroes.
There you go.
Yeah, Foley artists.
Foley artist.
And he's like, gotta make this girl sound like she's touching herself. I got you. Give me a jar of peanut
He's like,
butter.
I already know.
30 seconds and a nice mic and
He's
we're
like,
good
I
to go.
fantasize about this. Making noises for sex films. So it was just so bad.
We have any fish stick? Have you seen any fish stick?
No.
No
You
confirmed
did not
fish
see.
stick?
You didn't actually see them like have sex.
Okay.
But it was implied, obviously, that they did. And like afterwards, she had like a friend or something, and her friend was like, so how did he fuck you? Well, she didn't. Why can't I sit with my arms?
It's because
here?
these things pick up vibrations. Eventually,
okay.
eventually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get stands that will hold and suspend the mics in like bands, so we don't have to worry about vibrations anymore. But for now, I'm sorry, we have to worry about
That's
them.
how I talk, dude. Anyways,
Talk with your hands.
So she asked her friend, and she was like, so how do you fuck you? And then she just makes, cause she's mute, like I don't know. She's mute, like she doesn't talk, and she was basically like, she opened her hands, and then she like put a little like finger out, and then she closed them. So like he had like a dick drawer, basically.
A dick drawer.
Like, yeah, like it came out of like a little trap door.
Yeah,
It was like a magic trick.
There's a podcast I listen to It's Obvious Gaming Podcast. I've talked about him before. But one of the hosts on their show described it as grinding Nemo. I think that's pretty accurate.
Very. Actually, but Nemo's a lot more innocent.
Oh, obviously.
And Nemo's a lot cuter.
Yeah.
This fucking fish was
I'm sure they
ugly.
had Rule 34 for Nemo.
It was just so fucking stupid.
So
I
you
wasted
didn't
all
like
my
it.
time. No, like...
You guys charged me $6 and I didn't even watch the damn thing.
Yeah, we actually... Because we couldn't find it. We were trying to find it on, like, you know, the AT&T, like, Uverse shit?
Yeah. Like
but Mom couldn't remember her fucking password because it was rated R.
She locked it because it was rated R,
Yeah. And so Dad's just like, just go to Amazon. And I was like...
Yeah, we'll charge Kyle for it. He's upstairs doing stuff.
Listen,
but, you know.
I was like, yo, Kyle, $6. And he was like, I bought dinner. And I was like, all right, fine.
I'm signing out of my Amazon.
Yeah, you should. You really should.
Someone's going to help me pay for it. You don't get TV.
It was really shitty. And it won an Oscar for, like, Best Motion Picture of the Year. And I don't even fucking know how.
That's because the
Oscars
are circle jerk. Just like most award shows.
It was basically like bestiality. She was fucking a fish.
Well, it was the idea. I'm sure the idea he was going for was exploring like that love can transcend species and shit like that.
Yeah, but that's
not
not
can transcend gender.
Transcend species. You see, that's just weird.
I don't know. Yeah, that was the idea.
You gonna fuck a cow?
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Cow's
they used
got
to
a
do
fat
that.
ass, you know what I'm saying?
They used to do that back in the revolutionary times.
The revolutionary times?
Yes, back when like
Abraham Lincoln era.
Yes,
they fucked cows.
They would fuck cows.
You heard it here.
I swear.
Where did you hear that?
My history books.
They taught you that.
Well, in my history class, like
okay.
my teacher's like,
hey, you know they fucked cows back
dude.
then.
Yeah,
simpler times.
Google it, you'll find it. I swear to God.
Okay.
Google it. Did the revolutionary soldiers fuck cows?
I need a piece of paper in case I need to make it again. Such an asshole.
Just gonna ruin your room.
Where's my? I need a pen too. Man, we are not prepared this episode.
You're right in your blood.
I'll keep track of it over here. We'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think there was ever an episode we were prepared for. In all honesty, so it's nothing new. We're all here. That's good.
That's how I live my life.
Yeah.
On the edge.
On the edge.
Not prepared for anything. Yeah. That's exactly it.
One step into. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Okay. How's your week been, Caitlyn?
Well, I took many L's. I hope Mom won't listen to this, but I totally bombed my midterm. Mom, if you're listening, I love you. But yeah, I totally bombed my midterm. I still have like a C in the class, which is like amazing.
That's good. Hey, C's get degrees, dude. As long as you
Am
get
I
a degree, that's what you need. That little slip paper that tells you you're somewhat proficient in what you learned, you're good to go then. That's all you need.
So, yep, that happened. And that kind of was really discouraging. But, you know, I'm still here. I'm alive. I haven't killed myself yet.
Yeah, it's always a good sign.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I know you haven't played any games. Any interesting besides Shape of Water?
Shape of Shit, you mean?
Oh, I like that name too.
Like it was just a giant problem. What else has happened this week?
It's been pretty chill. I know you lost your wallet.
Oh my god.
You want to explain that story?
So Kyle and I, right? This was on Sunday. We were coming home from church.
Yeah.
And we were going to go see a movie after like church. So Kyle and I went to go get some not ice cream. We went to go get some
ice cream.
We went to go get some like candy from CVS, so you can like sneak it in. Everyone does that shit. And so
they actually stopped Mom too. Like she walked up to where they scanned our ticket to go in. And the miss is like, ma'am, can I just check your bag, please?
Mom's like,
shit, I'm loaded, man. I got a bunch of shit in here. I don't know what you want me to do. She's like, no, we're just checking for weapons. I don't really care about the snacks. And then,
So I think they're doing that everywhere now because I saw like an article like a few weeks after Parkland about another movie theater that's close to us that they're also checking bags.
Well, yeah.
And I thought they were talking about candy. I guess they're just talking about weapons.
Yeah, talking about weapons.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
So anyways. So we went to the CVS to pick up candy and sneak it in or whatever. And I had my dad's card. This is how bad this was. Because my dad actually, he's like, I'll pay for it. So he just gave me his card and I paid for it and everything. I went back to my car and I put it in, I wear like leggings, all the time. Mm-hmm. No secret. And they have these really shitty pockets.
Yeah.
So I got in my car and my wallet just like fell out of my pocket basically, and I didn't realize it until I got home, and I was like, fuck. And so we like turned around to go back, and my wallet was gone.
Yep.
And I was like, wow,
Shit.
I'm gonna jump off a bridge. I mean, I was like, how can I kill myself right now? So yeah, and then we went and saw the movie, and then like I got a message on Facebook. This girl was like, yo, I have your wallet. I was like, oh my god. I'm like, I love you.
Faith in humanity restored.
Yeah, for sure.
So we went over, picked it up, and nothing was missing. We had a wallet. We're good to go. And Caitlyn made a lifetime friend.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to I kind of like wanted to lose my license because
It's shitty.
the picture is like,
Well, yeah, but then you're stuck with not having
I look like a
license.
fucking goldfish.
I do too.
Not a goldfish, those blow-up fishes.
Oh, yeah, a
My
puffer
cheeks,
fish.
my cheeks are like huge. But I wonder how much they'll charge me for a new wallet, a new like fucking license.
You lose a lot of shit, man.
I do not. Come on.
No, I'd say you would have lost.
Oh
a
yeah,
lot of shit.
I had like my insurance card in there. I had both debit cards. My dad actually canceled his debit card.
Yeah.
And so he has to wait however many days to get a new one. And what else? I had I had my library card in there. God forbid I lose my library card.
I know, right?
I had $5 in there.
I'll track you down for that shit. $5.
I tried to give her the $5 or like anything.
That's
I was
a
like,
massive L.
let me take you out to fucking lunch, lady.
Yeah, come on.
Like,
McDonald's dollar menu. I got you.
I got you, dude.
Could order 60 McDoubles.
But she wouldn't let me. So I was like, okay. So I'm gonna send her a gift card in the mail, so she can't return it.
Yeah, you can.
She can't return that shit. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. Gaming wise, what have I done? I actually recently started this game called Iconoclasts. That is a Metroidvania style, like platforming game, like done in like 16-bit style.
I mean, like Metroid and Castlevania. There we go.
Yeah, Metroidvania.
That's
It's like a
Metroid.
genre of games.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah. Really, so far it's really good. It's got like this. The story is pretty good. It has like this weird religious aspect going on of these people being brainwashed. Well, like, okay, so the moon exploded. I hope I'm explaining this correctly from what I understand. The moon exploded and dropped these things on the ground that are like these weird machine things. I'm assuming they're of alien origin, but this other stuff also called ivory oil also fell. And this stuff has like immense, like really good healing properties, and just it's useful. It's like an all-around purposeful. Like you can use it for anything. People, they make machinery out of it. Even they made people out of it. Like they have ivory oil blood, and they're like special agents that you fight. And everything's made out of this stuff. Thing is they're running low on it. But so what people are resorting to is instead of using the ivory oil, which is completely controlled by the government, people have gone into fixing their own shit, and that's what your character does. Her name's Robin. She fixes stuff. She has like a wrench her father used.
What is this called?
Iconoclasts. And the damn dog on the bed. And she just, but that's like illegal. You're not allowed to fix stuff because everything has to be done through the ivory oil. And if you don't, then it's just the government will like track you down. It's kind of like a dystopian future kind of thing. And so far, the mechanics of the game are really fun. Typical Metroidvania, like you move, so you can't get into some ways, and you find ways to do that later, and you backtrack and go find the way to get in. And
I hate that shit.
no, it's good. They have cool things like you have party members that you can pick up, and they'll help you during boss fights. And there's the design of the game in general, like the boss fight design is really cool. I've had a lot of really awesome boss fights. There's this one where there's like this giant boring snake kind of, so it's like this thing with a mouth on the front of it that eats rocks, and it made a circle, and you get an ability where you can electrify a wrench and it'll push you along these magnetic rails. And the fight happens like in this just one circle, and the snake covers like 80% of it, and there's this one little area that you're at. And there's like sometimes where the snake will charge you, so you have to like charge your wrench quickly and jump on the rail, and he'll like he'll like go after you, but you're on the rail at the same time, so you're running from it, and it's all in just this one big circle that you see on the map. It's really fucking cool. The whole time you're like shooting back at him, trying to kill him. There's this one that was cool where you're trying to resurrect this, or you're trying to start this machine that will take, there's these pirates, and you have to take the whole base and move it somewhere else, basically. And this machine will do it. It'll take the whole city and like walk it like 30 feet off to the right so they can hide again.
What's that movie we saw? How's Moving Castle.
How's Moving Castle,
Oh,
yeah. But to start the machine, it like attacks you because it's possessed by one of these alien things. And the whole fight, it's you and this girl that's a pirate that you meet. And the whole fight's like a tag team fight. So there's two halves of the arena. In order to switch off to the other side, which you're all trying to work together to take down this machine, there's things you have to do on each side. You have to run to the middle and you like high five the other person, and then you'll take control of the other team member. And then you run and go do what you have to do on that side, run back, high five the person, and then switch back and forth trying to damage the machine.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool fucking game. I'm not gonna lie. I think, see right there, I got 9 hours on it on Steam. So I'm playing that. It's really fun. The story is really like.
That's what Steam looks like now?
Huh?
That's what Steam
looks
like now?
I got a skin for it. It's called Air. Makes it minimalistic and stuff. Yeah.
I hate the way they have Steam.
Yeah, it looks so nasty gross. Normally. Yeah. But the story, like I was saying, it's really like unexpectedly sad. Like, there's a lot of characters that just have shitty backstories. Like the girl you meet, her mother's like disabled, and she like is mad with her because she runs away to try and find ways to fight off this government force because they're pirates. But the mother's like disabled. She's in a wheelchair. So every time she gets back, she doesn't want to see her mother because all her mother does is like yell at her for not taking care of her. And it's just like this really sad thing that's all playing out in this like 16-bit style game. It's just shit you don't expect. Like there's this mother, you go inside and the kid looks up to you and you're talking to the mother you're trying to find out the location of somebody. And the kid comes like, Mom, look what I made. And he like pulls out a wrench. And remember, everyone's like kind of brainwashed, but you're not supposed to be able to fix your own stuff. It's like illegal and it's not good. So everyone kind of sees you as an outcast. They don't they like that you help, but they don't want you there because they think you're a bad influence. So the kid pulls out the wrench and the mom's like, no, and she like takes it and like breaks it in half. And it's like, and she just like yells at you, like, get out of my house. You're like a really bad influence, like fuck off basically. And then later in the game, actually, the son, he said you go back and the town was like partially destroyed because you're caught, and she's there and she's like, can you please help me find my son? He's been lost for like he's been gone for like 8 hours and I can't find him anywhere. And you have to go out and try and save him. And he's been captured by this dude and stuff like that. So so far the story and the writing's really good. Like I legitimately care for these characters. Look at this fucking doofy ass dog on the bed. Man, if you hear any noises that sound like
our
dog, that's Bruce.
Like that.
Chilling out. So, a very enjoyable game. Like, I'm liking it a lot. And it's something to kind of break the boredom right now because there's not really much else to do. Sea of Thieves actually came out today, like on the day we're recording. And you'll be hearing this tomorrow. But on the day that we're recording, the 20th, it came out. I've played a little bit of it. The servers were down when it went up at midnight, because that always fucking happens. Haven't had a game launch that servers weren't down in like the past 3 years, which is ridiculous.
You think they'd figure it out?
Yeah, especially something that they've been pushing so hard, like hyping it up. Yeah, be a pirate, fight other dudes, join up with your friends. Servers are down. You can play the game, but you can't play the game. Go fuck off. So I was able to make my pirate, and I had to play by myself, even though I was with 2 other people because we couldn't play together. The servers were down, so that sucks. But I haven't gotten too far into it. I've literally done maybe one mission. Grabbed a treasure chest, and that's about it. I went and sold it and made some money.
Rip.
But I haven't touched it since. I'm waiting for everyone to get back on so we could do it together. But I actually got it for free because they had doing a Game Pass trial. You get it for free for 14 days, and that game was like pushed with Game Pass. Like you can play this game on launch with Game Pass. So I just signed up for the free trial, and I was able to download it at midnight. So I have the game for free. I haven't spent a dime on it yet. Although once the 14-day trial goes up, I'll have to drop $10 and I'll get another, it's like a subscription service. They basically kind of they broadcast it as like Netflix for games, kind of.
That's strange.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Also,
did you get multiple games or you just get that game?
The problem with it is for a PC user, it's not very good. If you have an Xbox, they have a bunch of shit on it. Halo 5, Gears of War. But for PC, the only things they have on it is Gears of War 4, a couple of indies, and then Sea of Thieves. So it's like literally useless besides playing Sea of Thieves. I downloaded Gears of War, which, mind you, 125 gigabyte game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is like 70. Why the fuck is Gears of War 4 so big? Wow. The game's fucking ginormous. Someone fucked up in coding somewhere where they could not. I don't know exactly how it works, but there's a way to make it smaller. And someone fucked up somewhere. And it's just ridiculous how big that game was. It took me like 3 hours to download it. And finally, besides that, they have a Halo 5 thing for free on Windows, and it's basically custom games. So like what we did in Halo 3 with like Jenga and shit like that, but it's in Halo 5, and you can play it on PC for free. So we got everyone to got it. We got everyone to got it. We got everyone to get it.
Nice.
And I found like Jenga again, but it's played a bit differently. So they start you on the top of this 4 towers and then one all the way at the top that they connect.
Bruce! I'm gonna kick your ass out of here.
Dog's eating his ass on the bed. Look at that face. You fucking stop it.
Do that shit on purpose.
What am I saying? So we found like Jenga, which is pretty fucking cool.
Those are the times.
Yeah, they were.
The fuck.
I found Trash Compactor. Remember the one where you have like one person on each side and they push it down a hole?
You have to like
and you have to dodge it while there's people in the middle. We can, if we ever get anyone on, I could call you and we could play. We can't do split screen, but you can play and do a couple rounds just because it's fun playing it again.
It's like that same exact shit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Trash Compactor is a little bit different because now they have this little thing on the bottom. It's like a bouncy pad. So not only you're not just standing there, there's a fucking bouncy pad that's bouncing you around, and the shit that falls down keeps getting pushed into the center.
Oh, shit.
And so you're having to constantly dodge. So that must be crazy. But Jenga's cool too because the way they have everything set up is you can easily climb up and down. So like we had multiple times where Tyler, because you instead of flinging shit at the tower, there's a dude in like this big ass spaceship thing that has to push everything over. Mm-hmm. So, like, Tyler was at the bottom, and he was shaking the whole fucking thing, and I'm like, oh, God, and everything starts to fall off on one end, and I go to jump off, and I see, it's straight up something out of, like, an Uncharted game or some shit, where I'm falling, and I barely latch on to, like, because you could, like, mantle, kind of, like, vault up, barely latched onto one of the containers and get back into one of the towers and go to hide again. And I had Tyler that tried to do it. I knocked the tower, I go to back up to watch it fall, and all I see is this little white Spartan fucking jump out of the top, and I hear him screaming, and I just see him fall and slam into the ocean and die. It was so fucking funny. And it seemed like it'd be a blast to play with a bunch of people. If you do have a PC and you guys are tuning in and you want to hang out with us and play some custom games, I'm so fucking down. I haven't done that in so long, and it's such a blast doing it again in Halo. Just all the maps we found. We found one where it puts you in like, these maps are so insane. Like, the dude changed the model of the ghost and turned it into like a scary monster thing. And then you're put up in this dark mansion that has like spooky music, and it's the zombie mode, but one person, the zombie, gets in the ghost. And what he does is he drives the ghost around, but the whole ghost is invisible except for this model that he made. So it's basically like a scary like survival game, and one person's controlling the ghost, and you have to like run away from them and survive for as long as possible. But the ghost scared the shit out of me the first time because Tyler's like, "Where are you?" And I turn the corner, I see this fucking giant thing coming at me, like barreling down the hallway, and almost practically shit myself and sprint away. But it just seems like we've only played with like 1 or 2 other people for the most part. So definitely, if you guys have it, it's completely free. And for something that you can do for free, it's just fun. You just get on the Windows Store. You have to have Windows 10, I think. But it was just a blast playing around with all those different game modes again. Definitely reminded me of the good old days in Halo 3.
Sure.
Those were a blast. I found like Ice Cream. Remember Ice Cream Man? We had one dude driving the War Dog. I found all those different games. And I'm surprised that people are still like remaking those classics.
Yeah.
Like some dude, remember that one Big Sand map? Mm. Some dude completely remade it in Halo. Like the map's not actually in the game, but he built it from like the ground up to look exactly the same.
That one looks like the Linkin Park music video.
What? Oh no, not that one.
But you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
That one was DLC. The one that was in the original game that had like the kind of like the temple down the middle and had the elephants on it, the big ass fucking things that you can actually flip. I forget what it's called. Just search up Halo 3 sand map and you'll probably find it. But someone completely recreated that, like from the ground up, and it looks very good for a recreation. It's so cool. So, but yeah, just been enjoying that, trying to find time to spend while I'm waiting for Ni no Kuni 2 to come out.
Ah, shit.
Oh, you found it?
That's cool as fuck, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically that exact map, but remade.
That's so cool.
It's so, I definitely, I'll have to show it to you when we get some time later. It's so fucking awesome.
All those maps were just like...
They're
really
awesome.
Good.
Yeah. It'd be cool if with the Game Pass they somehow did it where they brought Halo 3 to PC. I'd love that.
Those Banshees, dude.
Yeah, they have the Banshees and stuff. I'll definitely have to show you the map when we get some time. It's really cool. And
Sand Trap, that's what it's called.
Sand Trap. Yeah, that I remember, man, we had so much fucking fun on that map. Remember that one mode that you could play where the zombies were really fast?
Yeah.
And you had to like drive around on the outskirts dodging the mines that shot out of the ground while they were trying to sword you. God, so many fucking fun times in Halo 3. We played that. We played pretty much... What the fuck?
Those are all weapons.
So I made a naked woman out of weapons.
I gotta say that.
Do you remember they had that thing where you could post like pictures and they were all like edgy things? Yeah. Every time it was like a dude with like... It was like Angel of Death, and it was like a dude with like wings and shit, just super fucking edgy. I'm like, man, reminds me of middle school, man. Fucking bring me back. Those were the times. I can't say they weren't. Those probably some of the best times I've had as like a gamer. Yeah, as a gamer. A gamer, man, a pro gamer. So, yeah, it's just been a blast this week. Having a lot of fun with different games. Getting excited for Ni no Kuni 2. I'd like you, if you got the chance to play that. I'm getting it for PC.
What is it called?
Ni no Kuni 2. It's a JRPG, but it has the art style. Caitlyn is all Ghibli inspired. I see. It's so fucking pretty, and it looks awesome. And yeah, I'll play it. We could take turns. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But it's on PC, so we could like swap between. I could be on doing something on the Switch, and you could be on PC. Cause I still have to finish Xenoblade 2. I haven't touched that game in forever. I'm like 80. I got 80 hours into it. And then I just dropped it. I don't know why. I think it was at the acquisition of the PC. I dropped it because there's other things I could do. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a blast. We're quickly approaching our year of doing podcasting. April 22nd or 20th, one of those days. April 22nd will be our year anniversary. And for that podcast, I want to do something special. I don't know what we're going to do. I was thinking of setting up like, we'll discuss it off so it can be a surprise. But definitely look forward to that. We're going to try and do some special things. I also want to try and do, like take a day off of work and do like a 12-hour live stream where we just fuck around, play different games. Maybe like, not necessarily take turns, but like we could set up like a time schedule where like, hey, at this time we'll be playing like a scary game. And we could bring like one other person in to play the game with us. See if we get Antony to come over.
Tuesday.
What?
I do it on a Tuesday.
We'll have to figure it out.
I don't have work.
We'll have to figure it out. But that'd be super cool. I'd like to do that with you all, and hopefully you guys can tune in if we do end up doing something like that. But definitely look forward to that podcast episode. It will be something that'll be more of something that'll be heavily edited, and it will be a special thing that we'll do and put together for the year anniversary. But besides that, I'm glad that you're here to join me, Caitlyn. I'm glad all you guys here that are tuning in have stopped by. Thank you for checking out the podcast. Real quick, we're going to go through some... Oh, geez. I have my notes here on my right. Go through some housekeeping, some clerical bullshit real quick. If you guys want to connect with us, we do have a Discord. You can check that out. Say hi to the hosts. I recently reformatted it so you could tell who the hosts are, and everyone has their name so you could see exactly who's who when they're talking to each other and stuff like that. I put colors in there so it's a lot easier to understand what's going on if you do join the Discord, which is cool. Also, if you hear anything that we discuss about this episode that you want to talk to us about, you can go over to YouTube where we do most of our stuff, and you can leave some comments. Anything that you can drop by and take the time to do will help us out incredibly. We'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free to subscribe to any of the services that you're listening to us on, whether it be YouTube, Audioboom, Spotify, Google Play, the Apple Podcast, any of those sites. There's a subscribe function. Get our stuff every week. Normally we come out Tuesday at 8 a.m., but this is going to be a Wednesday episode. Man, I keep coughing. And finally, we have a Twitter, @ThoughtPatrolPD. You can check out the updates, announcements, anything that we do that will be special. You can keep up to date with us here at the Thought Patrol Podcast. And that's about it. So, Caitlyn, what we're going to do, we're going to do our mailbag. We got 2 questions. I want to have you read one, and I'll read the other, and we'll discuss. So the first one comes from our boy, Emperor Frankie. I talked to him a little bit ago. He tunes in on Spotify, which is cool. He was one of the people I found out. Also, there's another gentleman named Sheep that I talked to. They're how I found out that we were on Spotify. I didn't fucking know until they came to the podcast. I'm like, hey, listen on Spotify. I'm like, we're on Spotify?
Yeah.
So you're going to read his question? Spotify's good, and it's really good for podcasting too. So, what was I going to say? I don't even fucking know. But yeah, you want to read this question for me? There you go.
First one, right?
Yep, first one. Emperor Frankie right there.
All right. I've never asked about that, and I don't know if you guys have
talked. Shit. I didn't edit the question. Let me read that one, and you could read Sam's question.
Go.
That's my fault. All right, so Emperor Frankie wants to know. So he was talking to me about like events in mobile games, right? You know, like they have a weekly event. You can get this thing here if you spend enough time grinding this, right? So he basically wanted to ask, in those types of events where they give you a date and you play the game and you get an award that's usually limited to that event. Sometimes they bring it back yearly or stuff like that. What kind of experiences we've had.
On mobile games?
Well, just in general, because other games do it as well.
I was like, I fucking hate mobile games.
But like, if you look at like the Fire Emblem Heroes series, like they have like right now they're doing an Easter event. I've been seeing memes for it everywhere, where they have like the characters are dressed up as special, but you can only get it for that event.
My only experience with this.
Okay, go ahead.
Is RuneScape.
RuneScape. Oh shit, going way back.
And RuneScape, like forever ago, they would have like certain events on holidays, like on Christmas. Like they would just put something in your inventory, and it'd be like a Santa Claus outfit or something, and you'd keep that for a few years, and it'd like come to be really like expensive, and you could like sell it.
Oh, I know.
Remember that?
Yeah. Like the Christmas event.
That Christmas event they had like a while ago, and they have like Easter events. But it's just like if you sign in and like you could get like shit that day.
Well, you had to do quests too, remember?
Sometimes it was a quest, like a special quest. But
yeah, because they have the Halloween event. Remember, we had to go through that big ass mansion and you fought a spider at the end.
Fuck, that was so awesome.
Yeah. So, what do you think about those types of events? Because I think
they're really cool.
I could kind of understand why they exist, because they're trying to get the concurrent users to go up. And if you announce, hey, if you play within this week, you get a bunch of shit just by participating, that will drive player numbers up. And it's easier to do like little events here and there than to drop like huge content updates, because then you keep people engaged. Like Overwatch does it all the time, although all they do is drop skins and you have a chance of getting these skins if you play the game. But like
but like RuneScape had like special shit.
Yeah, they
like
did.
That mansion. Oh my god, that was so cool.
They had
like
a witch's hat, right? I remember actually getting that.
A witch's hat, yeah. It was just, I think it's really cool when they do that kind of stuff, because they can add like kind of like another layer to the game, especially with like RuneScape. That kind of like, you didn't have that kind of an experience like every day when you're playing the game, so it's like kind of a new thing. I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah,
especially with RuneScape. Only with RuneScape, that's the only experience I have.
Well, yeah, it's the only experience you have, but still, you kind of have an experience with it. And I do agree, and especially with RuneScape, the way they did it, although we're all like talking about RuneScape all of a sudden, but when you...
Dude, that was the shit. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I still play that sometimes. I'll be at school, I'll be bored, I'll be like, let me hop on RuneScape. I'm like, fuck yeah, I don't know.
When they did those events, the thing that was interesting about them is there was always a chance that it could become very rare if it didn't circulate. Yeah. So like the Santa hat. The Santa hat was like, what, 99 million gold or some shit like that?
In the marketplace.
So I can't imagine doing that event and then going later to being able to sell something like that for such a massive amount. Like I remember they had the party poppers that you'd get for New Year's, I think it was. Yeah. And you could open them and you get like this stupid goofy ass party hat.
Or you could just keep it.
Yeah.
And it'd be even more expensive.
Yeah, and I remember watching like videos of people going out into the wilderness, because if you died out there, you lose all your shit. People can steal it. And that was like one of the only PvP areas, but it was like free for all out there basically. Mm-hmm. And people would go out into the wilderness with the party hat, and they just get swarmed by people because everyone wanted it because it was so expensive. But the dude would like try and survive with the party hat and stuff like that. So
steal all their shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn. That shit good. So. I understand why they exist, Emperor Frankie, and I could see, especially in mobile games where shit gets hella grindy. I'm not really a fan of stuff that gets hella grindy, but I can understand why they exist, and I think they are cool too, especially if they introduce cool things like in Fire Emblem Heroes, seeing all like these characters that are normally super serious, but like in bunny costumes and shit like that. I think that's always interesting, especially the way sometimes Nintendo, they put some not necessarily children-friendly stuff. Like one of the characters got
questionable shit,
big old boobs, and she's wearing like practically a Playboy bunny outfit, and this is in a Nintendo game. So
what game?
Fire Emblem Heroes.
Oh.
Yeah. They introduced like this Easter event, and then like I think Chrome or something, or Crom. I don't remember how it's pronounced. One of his weapons like a big ass fucking spoon. So like I don't know. It's just like silly shit, but it's. I think it's cool.
It could have been at least like a fork or something.
Well, I don't know why it's a spoon.
You can do the spoon.
I don't know.
It's fucking stupid.
Decapitate someone with that shit. Put enough force into it.
Gorge out their eyeballs.
Gorge out.
It's like
gouge out.
Like right
that reminds me of that. What was that one? That
like
that creepypasta with the kid that cut off.
He had like symmetry problem.
Cry reads.
Oh my god, throwback.
we're all about 03 this episode. Constant throwbacks.
He had like what's that thing where like with symmetry? It's like a disorder.
It was a disorder, but yeah, like if something wasn't symmetrically sound,
right.
He wasn't.
And he had two different colored eyes.
Yeah,
like so he was born that way.
So he cut one of them out, and then at the end of the whole thing, he's like, "Oh shit!"
He's like, "Oh shit! Now I have a hole, and now one eye.
Now I have to make another."
Yeah, so he cuts out his other eyeball.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
And like Cry when he like read it, he had like
putting in
noise
sound effects,
and I'm like,
yeah, I was cringing.
Like,
well, not
gross.
cringing. That's not the proper term, but my butthole was tighter than ever that day.
all right, TMI. That's enough.
Oh man.
Yep. That was fucking gross.
Yeah.
I still watch those videos every now and then when I'm bored. What?
No.
My fucking guy.
Yeah, he was cool. I liked him. I don't watch his stuff as much often because he kind of just straight up streams all the time. That's about all he does.
Yeah.
But
a lot of YouTubers are kind of like annoying me because all they're doing is streaming now.
Yeah, I think streaming is cool because
it's cool like every once in a while. Like there's a girl I watch. I keep hitting this fucking table. There's a girl I watch. She's like a body painter, and all she does every day is like stream now. Like who the fuck's gonna sit there and watch you, like, paint on?
I don't know
your body.
Well, if she's making mad money doing it, because Twitch is kind of like the big thing right now, especially if you're a female.
Hear about Logan Paul?
What about Logan Paul?
Apparently, Logan Paul is like getting a Twitch.
Oh, he is.
And he got 100,000 followers before he even like
started live streaming. That's crazy. Did you hear about that thing that Drake was playing Fortnite with the Fortnite streamer?
That's how I heard about
the
other thing.
It was straight up what? He had he broke the record for active watchers. It was like 600,000, something like that, close to 1 million. And that was at 1 a.m., 1 in the morning.
Stream with fucking Drake.
Yeah. I can't imagine that type of experience. That'd be crazy.
Like, hey, Drake, let's play some Fortnite.
Fucking Fortnite. That game is so big right now. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
It's talking about like on Good Morning America and shit like that.
Yeah, they interviewed him and everything. They're like, yo, so how was it like to play with like Drake?
He's like, I don't know. He's a cool man, man.
I don't know.
That's just crazy.
I told her I partially love her, but she love her ain't not bad. Yeah. See, I could be Drake, fuckers.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah,
I know he says bed, partially love. Listen, I'm Drake. Right? Did you know that?
I did not.
God's plan. I do the little hand thing. I'm like, I go to church and I'm like, I only love her. I'm praying. I'm like, I only love her, but partially. I love my bed.
All I know is at the end of that line, he says, I'm sorry. That's all I know. Because it's a fucking meme, too.
Yeah, there's a girl who fucking did a whole speech about that song in my class. And she's like, you see how, like, he only loves her partially. So this is, like, masochism. So and I'm like, hello? So what's going on?
Hello?
All
right.
That girl, she like
poured water. She's like,
hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah, definitely Fortnite's a big ass fucking thing. It's crazy how.
For some reason.
And when it was originally coming out, man, that game was so. There was like no one ever really even cared about it. I remember Shawn talking about like, okay, that's kind of cool. But then they introduced Battle Royale, steal a little bit of the stuff from PUBG, and then boom.
Now it's boom. Is it bigger than PUBG now?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. It's much bigger than PUBG.
Way.
Yeah, it's crazy. PUBG's still pretty large. It's just a lot of people go to Fortnite because it's easy. It's free. It's on like every fucking console in the world, including mobile.
They have
now.
like in-app. How are they making money?
Oh, they have in-app purchases and stuff. Like they have a season pass thing you can get where you get like a bunch of costumes over the course of the season. But it's like $30, I think, for the year. I don't know how long it lasts.
People spend their fucking hard-earned money.
There's like $15 skins that people buy now.
On skins.
Now listen,
sir. I know you do that shit too.
I know.
I sat here when you played Overwatch, and I used to sit here and watch you
open
boxes. Like spend $50 and open like a fuck ton of boxes. Like,
no, listen,
Kyle, you spend your hard-earned money on boxes.
You're screaming.
Listen, $50? That's like 5 hours of work. This is how I've started to try and like gauge if I want something or not.
Okay.
So $50, You worked for 5 hours. You worked at your shitty ass job for 5 hours to buy skins.
Yeah.
Are you using those skins, sir?
No, not right now.
No, yeah, exactly.
Because they're on the PlayStation.
Exactly.
Fucking rip. I don't even play Overwatch anymore.
Exactly.
Hey, man.
Exactly.
I don't want to. I'm not. It hurts me when I say this. But you know how I played League of Legends for so long. You know that, right?
Yeah.
6 years. Did I ever tell you how much money I ended up spending on that game over the 6 year period?
I don't want to fucking know. Don't tell me.
It's like $1,200.
Fuck, dude. And for what?
Stop screaming.
Listen, all of you people out there, it's a waste of money.
You're screaming.
I know. I'm angry. All you people out there, do not spend your money on skins.
But listen,
5 years from now, when you're married and you have a baby, you're gonna be like, "Damn, I wish I had this money right now." But no, you wasted it on skins on Overwatch. God. Yeah.
I honestly feel very attacked right now.
Good. Good. We're gonna take a shit.
Every time, it never fails.
We
do it earlier. Your body's like a reflex.
Yeah.
We're podcasting. I'm talking so much. I'm burning energy. I got to shit.
Dude, I need to start. When I have shit problems, we got a podcast because I'm having some shit problems.
Do we even answer Emperor Frankie's question? Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. I think it's really cool. I like events.
Yeah, and I see.
I like holidays in general. Yeah. I like having a holiday, something to celebrate.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, especially going on a game and it's it's really special. Like on Christmas, everyone's at your fucking house, but no, you're on RuneScape.
Yeah, that's the best.
There.
Yeah.
You feel everyone's there having dinner. Your mom's like, "Get over here," and I'm like, "Wait, I gotta get this.
Gotta do my stuff on RuneScape.
Gotta get this Christmas.
Remember when we had 2 computers in here and we used to play?
Oh shit! Remember at Grandma's house, there used to be 2 computers there.
Yeah,
and I always got the shitty one.
No, I remember playing Osu on the crappy one.
No, I remember getting it all the time. And we would sit there and we'd play RuneScape and Roblox.
Yeah.
All day.
That was the shit. Roblox is still going on, too. We were the early adopters of Roblox, man.
Yeah, us.
Yeah.
We shaped that game.
We shaped
me and Kyle, we shaped that game.
We shaped that game.
They
remember
all
that one time.
We used to pay money on Roblox, too.
Yeah, I remember that one time real early. I made a map and it got featured, or it was on the list, but I had to go to night-night because it was my bedtime.
Because I was like 10 and a half.
Go night-night. I had to go, it was my bedtime, and I couldn't, apparently the thing I had a shirt that would get you into a special room, and it didn't work, and I didn't know that, and I went all night, and I woke up the next morning to hundreds of messages saying, "Bro, I bought your shirt and it doesn't work, you suck," and I'm like, my inner child mind was destroyed. I'm like, I had to go night-night. What was I supposed to do?
That. I had to go night-night.
Oh my gosh, I felt so bad, and all it was a really simple map. It was this giant. And I used to steal all the assets every time. I'd look because they had a user workshop where people can post assets that they made. So I literally just made a flat ground, stolen a destructible big ass Roblox character, and put it on the map.
Imagine the guy is like, wait,
wait a second. And I also used to think that sometimes the game used to lag. And me being my young ass self, you know how I thought I'd fix that problem? They had these scripts that were called anti-lag scripts.
Yes, and they never worked.
Well. It probably was a placebo because usually it was always frame rate drops, but I thought it was lag.
Right.
But the frame rate drops was coming because I was using a garbage computer. It wasn't the fact that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't the fact that I was actually lagging, but what I would do is I just post fucking thousands of anti-lag scripts. I'd put 10 in there, copy paste, and then select them all, copy paste. So I would have thousands of anti-lag scripts. I'm like. It's working. I found the secret. And I was just a stupid ass little kid. And so every one of the maps I made was just full of anti-lag scripts. Even that one that we used to have where it was a role-playing map. So there's a police station, a grocery store, and you could change teams. And we just role-played the entire time. And messed around. That game was a blast.
Our game was so fun.
And
who do we even play Roblox with?
I don't remember. I know Chris. We had Chris. We played Roblox with Chris for a bit.
Joshua or not.
I don't remember either. Joshua was there, the next door neighbors, childhood friends practically.
Oh my God. Okay, this is too much nostalgia for me. It's making me depressed, kind of.
Call this episode back in back in 03, 04.
My kid life was better than my adult life. God damn it.
No worries back there. No worries.
Well, I had friends, you know.
You have me. Me as your friend.
Therapy session. Yeah, I feel like I'm that friend now.
Yeah, those were the days. Definitely the days. All right, let's move on to the next question. This one you can read for us, Caitlyn.
It better be in a good format.
This one's much better because the other one was like a question that happened in conversation, but this one's is actually in the form of a question.
Sam.
Yeah, it's our boy Sam.
Fuck you, Sam.
Oh man,
I'm kidding, Sam.
harboring some ill intentions.
No. Oh, someone's calling you.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Oh, don't.
Let's
just
answer it.
Just hit deny. Just hit deny.
Hello. All right, let's go. Should I read it in Sam's like southern accent? Hey, you. Shit, wait.
That didn't even sound southern.
Y'all.
There you go. It's developing.
That's all I know. My uncle's southern. I haven't picked up anything. That fine man sitting there in your gaming chair, chatting with Grumpy McGee. I'm farting.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Bruce, get back on the bed, you piece of shit.
Everything's falling apart. Alright. Wow. Okay. I have a question for you. As the gaming industry... No, I can't anymore. Alright. As the gaming industry keeps evolving, do you think that... Fuck! Shh. Sit.
It looks at you like you're a fucking idiot.
As the gaming industry keeps evolving, do you think that innovation and passion for making games has been overshadowed by profit-hungry publishers coerced by investors? Is the love of money, aka the root of all evil, creating a distorted dichotomy? Wow, that $4
Yeah, this
word.
man has SAT words going on. He's got the list of SAT words on the browser whenever he goes to type in a question.
Must have paid a lot for those. Creating a distorted dichotomy that has produced outcries in the gaming community, i.e. EA, Activision, etc. I await your wisdom on this matter. Love you all, and from all of us at Channel 5, keep it classy, San Diego. What the fuck?
I don't know.
And Plus Ultra. I can't do it.
The Plus Ultra.
I'm not a voice actor.
I just cut in a clip of him saying it.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the clip.
Beautiful. So what do you think, Caitlyn, here about this question? So as the industry of gaming keeps evolving.
I don't know. I've played some pretty passionate games, I feel.
You think so?
I thought that Horizon
Yeah.
had so much heart to it.
I think so too.
And that other game, I forgot what it's called. That other game, I didn't play it all the way through. What was the name of that game with like that girl and she had like...
Oh, Hellblade.
And she was looking for her husband.
Hellblade, yeah.
That one had a lot of heart. And dude, Persona has the most heart in a game I've ever played in my life. So. And
you could technically, I mean, if you're looking at different genre, like the JRPG market, Persona and the Shin Megami Tensei series are pretty up there. You can consider them AAA. They're definitely not indie games. So I think it goes to where you're looking at. I think at all times there'll be some
games like Call of Duty.
Yeah, they'll be like a big evil most of the time. Like you'll have like EA. Everyone doesn't like EA because they do stupid stuff sometimes, or a lot of the times. But you can see greed in their actions, though, definitely with EA. But I think because Shawn is always worried about these type of things, I don't know. He gets worried, he gets paranoid, especially about when it comes to things that he loves, like video games and stuff like that. And I could share his worries, but I think you'll always have a balance because people don't like greed, obviously, and most gamers, I would say, are smart if you're not like a 12-year-old child. And they can see when they're being misled, when there's greed being, like, people saw that shit with Battlefront 2, and that stuff got stomped into the ground. I mean, people still play it.
What was the name of that Star Wars game?
Battlefront 2.
Oh.
Yeah. So people saw that, and they took that to notice, and they didn't even buy the game. They weren't going to mess around with that. Damn dog. So I think there'll always be a balance. You'll see... Jesus, Caitlyn.
I had to kiss him, all right? I just gotta...
You'll always see a balance. There'll always be a big evil, but you'll also see smaller games, smaller companies doing what people actually want. And you'll see that in indies. You'll see that in maybe not necessarily big companies, but things like Ninja Theory, who did... Was it Ninja Theory? I think it was Ninja Theory that did Hellblade. And stuff like that. You'll see that. And that won't be going anywhere. I don't think that'll ever be going anywhere because I think for the amount of time that people spend on video games, it has to be a passion project. You can't dedicate 2 to 3 years of your life to creating a product and not somewhat enjoy what you're doing.
Like GTA. How long did it take them to make that game?
Oh, I don't know. GTA takes forever to make. And even though Take-Two, some people could consider greedy shitbags because they make the NBA series and stuff like that, which are just plagued with microtransactions and things like that. I still think that GTA as a whole is on the developer side a passion project, and I don't think the passion's gone anywhere. It might be easier to make games now with engines and things like that, and you can see more of a slew of games that might not necessarily be based around that, but I definitely do not think it's gone anywhere, and you can still see that. And with definitely the examples that Caitlyn pointed out, Persona, Hellblade, Horizon. Even like
those are the only games I've actually played.
I think that a lot
BioShock.
The BioShock games are fantastic. Even if you look, I constantly go back to this game, but Nier Automata, from everything around to the way that the story is told, the music behind it, it's definitely, you feel like there's a lot of heart put into that game, and that the way that it's presented to you, it's smart. But I think greed won't be going anywhere, but I think the same thing applies to passion. I think we'll still be seeing passionate titles come out as well as greedy ones trying to make a quick buck. I think it'll constantly balance itself out. And even if it does kind of lean to one side and you see more greed than you do, I think as most art or media goes, it usually finds a way back to the center, albeit it might take some time. But I could definitely see people, especially around the whole microtransaction thing and stuff like that, a lot of people are concerned, including Shawn, but I don't feel like it's warranted currently. There's nothing they can really, because no one's going to force you to buy a fucking game. If there's a game, Battlefront 2, I was excited for it. I thought it'd be a cool game. All this stuff bubbles up around it, and now I'm just not going to buy it. It's that simple. You vote with your wallet. We've said it 1,000 times before on this podcast. If you have something that's they're doing shady practices, it's not something that you're into, just don't buy the game. There's plenty of others that you can devote your time to. And yeah, that's one of my biggest recommendations in that area. Let's make sure we answered the same question. So,
we did, yeah.
Creating a disordered dichotomy that has produced outcries in the gaming community. I mean, people will always bitch about something. I think you could find that everywhere, especially in the gaming community, because I think we all love games as a whole, so people just don't want to see them go anywhere, which is why you get the outcries. But again, I think there's like a balance that constantly restores itself throughout the years. I don't really think it's going anywhere. So we do appreciate the questions, guys. Sam, Frankie, we really appreciate them. Keep them coming, all you guys out there. You could drop them on Discord if you want, in the mailbag section. You could add us on Twitter with the hashtag TPMailbag, or you could email us at thoughtpatrolcast@gmail.com with your question. We'd love to hear from you guys if you have anything that you want us to talk about, discuss. Sometimes even if they're good enough, we might even make them main topics. So we really appreciate the questions, guys. Keep them coming. It's really awesome. So, Caitlyn, getting on to our segment, dude. Kyle Ruins, as you guys remember from last week, had returned with our beautiful fan fiction about Twilight and The Price is Right. I am ecstatic to get back to it. Sadly, Shawn and Marshall could not join us this week. It's been a hectic week. Sometimes it's hard to even getting this podcast out every week, but we do try our best. So what's going to happen is we're gonna bring it down real low, like usual. Get the classical music going, and let's take a step back into the wonderful world of, I think it was called like Studio 33 or some stupid shit. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it is a fan fiction, and I need to find out where the hell I was from last week. I think she was going to tell him about his deep dark secret. Okay, this is so awful. You want to take turns reading this?
I do not.
It hasn't gotten very smutty yet, but I can't. Okay, we'll start here. So, Caitlyn, what happened last time? So, Edward is the host.
I wasn't here for the last one.
No, you weren't. Yeah, Edward from Twilight is the host of The Price is Right. Right?
Wait, what?
Yeah. And Bella is one of the models. No, she's one of the models. She's a model, so she works with him, and like a kind of a relationship has bud between them. But it's weird because like they haven't met each other before. She's only seen him on TV. So the whole Twilight story doesn't really exist in this universe, I don't think.
Okay.
It's really weird.
It's just the characters.
So right now they're laying in bed talking to each other, and she was explaining that she has a fantasy about like their relationship and sort
about
of
him saying how much Lube is.
How much what?
The Price is Right with lube.
With lube?
Yeah.
We might see that. Hopefully we do today. So this is them in bed. It's like she's gonna tell him her desire. It's like this is Bella talking. She's like, I just think, oh, it's silly. I hid my face in the pillow. This story's told. If you weren't here last week, the story's told from Bella's perspective. So if it's I or anything like that, it'd be her speaking, just so we get everyone caught up and everyone's on the same page. Not at all. He coaxed me out of hiding by brushing his fingers under my chin. Please go on. Taking a deep breath before revealing my insane fantasy, I said, I used to think lots of naughty thoughts about you before we met, back when I would watch you on TV. I just think it would be fun to roleplay that I'm your contestant, your only contestant. And suddenly the show isn't G-rated anymore. That's easy. We can do that right now if you want. Wow, damn, this dude's he's ready to go, man. He sprung up out of bed and assumed his trademark stance and a make-believe microphone in his hand. Oh, this is awful.
No.
This hurts my soul.
Hey, you started this. Finish it.
Oh, okay. I shook my head and giggled. No, Edward, I mean at work, at the actual studio itself. As I spoke those words out loud, I started to understand the absurdity of it all. The logistics would be impossible. Seriously, it's just a fantasy, something I think about from time to time. I know it's beyond impossible. His brows furrowed while he stared at me. You know, a little money and reputation talks. I think I just might be able to pull this off. Give me a little time. I almost burped in the middle of it. This is so awful, it's giving me like a gag reflex. Oh, excuse me. I threw a pillow at him, unsure whether he was being truthful or just playing with me. But when he jumped back into bed and made me scream his name into the wee hours of the morning. Oh my God. I did not expect that. I went from 0 to 100 within 3 words of itself. I thought less about what I told him. They even wrote wee, like W-E-E, the wee hours of the morning. As if I really needed some silly fantasy with this man. And that's how I ended up hanging out late in the dressing room at Studio 33. It had grown quiet outside. The crew and the girls had long rushed home to begin the holiday break with their families and friends. I had already pulled the fake eyelashes from my lids and washed my face. I reapplied my makeup so that I could look more normal. No longer needing to be the girl who evoked people to ooh and ah over various products. Can you imagine if she was actually on The Price is Right?
I cannot.
What do they do? I don't remember what the models do in The Price is Right. And you know what's funny? The whole time I've been reading this, I've been thinking of not Price is Right, but that other game show with Howie Mandel. With the cases. Deal or No Deal.
Oh.
So I've been thinking the entire time that she was standing there with like a case or something.
No, she's standing there with like soup.
Soup?
Or something. That's what they do. They do groceries. Like, how much is this soup can?
How
much is this cereal box?
Not smiling at all because she doesn't show any emotion.
Right.
Because she's a robot from outer space.
She's like a terrible model.
So she's just like, yeah, I don't know whose idea this was. I fucking forgot where I was. I pulled my fake eyelashes. Needed to be the girl who evoked the ooh or ah over various products. Yeah, look, if I read like three more words, it would have explained to me what she did. Oh, Edward could save those kinds and sounds solely for me. I unzipped my garment bag and took my outfit off its hanger. A red skirt and form-fitting black top would normally be considered tame for an evening of roleplay, but the red lingerie underneath would certainly say otherwise. I dressed before stepping into some black strappy heels. After getting a good look at myself in the tall mirror, I thought, he'll be begging me to come on down, all right. I laughed at myself and the absurdity of this night. Minutes later, I heard a rap at my door. I opened it slightly and found Edward staring back at me, gave me a quick once-over and made a low whistle. 10 minutes, love. You know where to wait for me. Gave me a kiss on the cheek before running off. It thrilled me to see him so excited about tonight. I closed the door behind me and leaned against its frame. My hands suddenly grew clammy, and I rubbed them against the sides of my dress. But while a part of me was nervous about what he'd planned for us, I was anxious to make my fantasy become reality. A grin crept up onto my face. After locating a seat in the 15th row, I waited just as he'd instructed me the night before. We'd gone over the logistics of our roleplay as he'd promised all CBS employees were nowhere to be seen. He said all security cameras on set had been turned off and we would truly be alone in the sound stage. The possibilities were endless. I don't think so. I mean, what can you do on a CBS? I don't understand the story. Okay.
Sorry.
Trying to keep my stomach down. It was eerie sitting in the empty studio with the lights set low. Only the stage was illuminated, albeit much darker than when taping a show. All 3 showcase curtains were drawn shut and the stage was empty. Edward surprised me by walking out on stage. As I'd requested, he'd sported his signature light gray suit, striped white shirt, and a black thin tie. He was the very vision of every naughty thought I'd ever possessed of him. Even better, he was all mine. He held the vintage long microphone, a tradition he'd retained from his predecessor, which I think is Bob Barker. I think we talked about that last week. Upon taking his spot, front and center, another voice filled the room. Bella Swan, come on down. You're the next contestant on the I don't know how it goes. On The Price is Right. I don't know.
That's pretty much it.
Was that close? I don't know.
Close.
It's been a long time since I've seen that show.
Dude, I watched it every day.
It was Rich's voice, but he was not standing in the sound booth by the stage. I laughed, figured that Edward had conned him into recording a sound clip earlier in the day. Hopefully, Rich had no further clue as to what Edward had planned. This is gonna get interesting, I think. Looking at Edward waiting for me on stage and hearing the infamous contestant call phrase, I realized just how much work he'd put into making my fantasy come true. It was then I decided to completely throw myself into our role play. If I was going to be a contestant, I was going to be a contestant. I flailed my hands in the air and screamed with excitement as I rushed down to the stage.
This is so fucking stupid. You think the author was on The Price is Right?
They might have been. They might have went to the show and was like, I can write a fucking dirty fan fiction about this. I gotta do this. I had to do this yesterday. I flailed my hand in the air and screamed with excitement as I rushed down to the stage. I gave a few imaginary people high fives before taking my place at the contestants row. Miss Swan, lovely to have you here on our show. Tell us a little about yourself. They're probably actually recording this or some shit. I think it's gonna get spicy.
Too spicy.
He sure was taking this seriously, so I played my part and said, I hail from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm currently a waitress, but I'm hoping to become a big-time movie star. Maybe this is before Twilight.
It's before what?
Twilight. This is like her origin story.
No.
Because she's trying to be a big-time movie star. That's what it is. Reminds me of that meme. It's like, come on, bro, we gotta go to school. It's like, chill, man. I don't know why you're in such a big time rush.
I see that. That is so funny.
Just with like a cheeky shit-eating grin, looks at the camera. Where was I? Very nice. All the best to you, dear. Now let's get started with the pricing, shall we? I hope they don't go through a whole fucking episode of Prices right here. I nodded my head, eager to see what he had up his sleeve. Edward pulled out a small velvet box from his pocket, displaying it in his hand in a manner I would do on the show. I rolled my eyes as he teasingly mocked my job on stage. However, my breath caught in my throat once he opened the box, and it held the most sparkling diamond pendant I'd ever seen. Miss Swan, as a reminder, the players to the left of you have bid $1,500,000 and $100,000 respectively. May I have your bid, please? Bastard, he was going to force me to do it. $1, Edward. I'd like to think you value this necklace at more than $1, but since the others have all overbid, you're the winner. Come up and join me. I climbed the 3 steps to the stage and ran over to him, jumping him as I'd seen countless overexcited contestants do during our tapings. He cupped my face in his hands and leaned me back to consume me in a deep embrace. His tongue danced with mine, and I relished feeling the weight of his body over me. Oh, Caitlyn? I don't want to read this next sentence.
Oh my god.
Okay, now all of you listening, I deeply apologize for this next sentence.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Edward, is that your microphone, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh my god.
Why?
No.
Oh. I'm
terrible.
distraught.
That was so bad.
I'm hurt on the inside.
It's like not even good. It's
This
just
was made in
shitty.
2010. It wasn't even that long ago.
no.
Who thought that was a good idea to put that sentence down on paper and then post it to the internet? Oh, I have a headache. Oh my gosh.
Kyle.
Oh, I'm hurt. Give me 1 second. I need to recoup. I need to recoup.
Look at some cats. Or something.
With some cats?
I don't know. Something.
Oh my gosh. Alright. Again, I apologize for that. He smacked my ass.
No! Alright, you can stop.
Before raising me upright. Wait, we need a couple more sentences. We're gonna leave it on a cliffhanger because I don't know how. It's like a 6,000 word thing. I don't know how far we are into it. I'm thinking we're halfway. He smacked my ass before raising me back upright. Need I remind you that you are on national television? He narrowed his eyes. Usually for such behavior, I'd take away the prize, but for you, I'll make an exception. He held up the necklace in the box. My mouth fell wide open, and it took a moment for everything to register. No, Edward, I can't. It's too much. I couldn't believe his generosity. Wasn't this fantasy more than enough? You won it, Bella, fair and square. Plus, it's only worth $1, remember? He turned me away from him and secured the pendant around my neck. My fingers held the diamond. It truly was beautiful. Ooh, excuse me. Oh. Thank you, Edward. You're welcome. Consider it an early Christmas gift. Now come, Miss Swan. The game has only just begun. He tugged at me in my hand and led me over to curtain number 1. All right, we'll leave it there. So it gets terrible. It is awful, but we get further into that was almost like a Dr. Seuss line at the end to lead us out there. That was pretty good. I saw that, read that. I'm like, hell yeah. Oh man, that never ceases to not hurt me at like a spiritual level. So that was that. I hope you guys enjoy this because we certainly are having a rough time with it. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our box office top, guys. Let's see what movies have been doing good in the theaters. So, Ken, I want you to guess what you think is at number 1. It's not hard.
Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther sitting at number 1. But something will interest you on this list. Black Panther is number 1. It's got 26. This for March 16th to the 18th, the weekend. Just 26 million for Black Panther. Pretty good. It is sitting at 605 million domestically on its 5th week, which is fucking insane. I don't know if we said it last week, but it recently passed $1 billion worldwide. And it was one of the fastest movies to hit that milestone. I think it was like within the top 5 with like Avatar and Titanic and other stuff around there. Fucking insane. At number 2, we have Tomb Raider, actually. The new Tomb Raider movie that came out. It made 23 million over the weekend, which is awesome for video game movies. And I've actually heard it's decent, which is cool. Might be one of the best video game movies we have to this day. So that's definitely interesting. I have not seen it yet, sadly. But I'm definitely excited to see it. It had a budget of 94 million, which isn't bad. I'd say it could be a lot worse for a video game movie. So that's good. It's in its first week, obviously. And number 3, we have I Can Only Imagine, pulling in 17 million, which is a movie that actually me and Caitlyn went to go see. That was a movie we were talking about earlier in the podcast. And it's based off the hit Christian single, I Can Only Imagine by Mercy Me. And it just explains how that song came to be, the story behind it. I cried like a bitch. Kyle bawled
like a little baby.
I was crying maybe like a fifth of that movie. It had a lot of sad moments.
I cried for a third of that movie.
It's just like when we get to the scene where we're kind of explaining how the song finally comes to be and stuff like that, and how he got the inspiration for it. It even if you're not like a Christian, although there's very heavy-handed religious tones in the movie, which is to be expected. It's about a Christian band. But even if you're not Christian, the whole story is just nice. It's a interesting seeing how it came. It's like a triple platinum song. It's the number one Christian single of all time, which is insane. So they made a movie kind of saying how it got to be, how did you make this song, and where it came from practically, because it's like your whole heart was poured into this one song. So that I'm happy to see that it's doing so well, sitting at number 3, which is crazy for its first week. Especially, I mean, I guess there's not a lot really going on this week. I mean, Black Panther's still pulling in a shitload of money, but there's no like hype behind anything right now. But still, it's still cool to see that it only had a budget of $7 million, so it's definitely made its money back, and it's going to keep making money. So that's cool, and hopefully some word of mouth will get around. But if you again, it's just a heartwarming tale. Kind of learning this man's journey, how he got to where he is today, and I thought it was good, and I cried. Number 4, we have A Wrinkle in Time, the Disney film, pulling 16 million for the week, sitting at a total of 60 million, and it's in its second week. So I don't have budgets here, which is weird. At number 5, we have Love, Simon. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is.
It's a gay movie.
Oh, it is. It is.
Like guy who's like
yeah. He's like secretly gay. Okay, that's pretty good. Sitting at 11 million. I haven't heard anything about it. It had a budget of 17 million, and it is also in its first week. So a little bit down the line, we have Annihilation sitting at 11 with $1 million. Jumanji still pulling in some money at 12 with $1.5 million. The Shape of Water still making some money, sitting at 793,000. I know last week it got a huge theater count because of the Oscars. They added like 1,500 extra theaters to play the movie, even though it's
For which?
The Shape of Water. that was like, I'm surprised you guys couldn't hear the eye roll there. Like,
God, it was so bad.
Almost fucking snapped their neck with that eye roll.
Yeah.
So yeah, Star Wars: Last Jedi still holding on at 25th place with $174,000.
No way.
Yeah.
What number is it?
25th. It's still pretty far down there, but so that's
Still
how
there.
That's how the box office movie is doing. Kim talked about her experience with Shape of Water earlier this podcast. We talked about.
Don't even watch it. Don't bother.
I'm sure a lot of people, if they wanted to, have already seen it though. So normally, I like Guillermo del Toro's. Jesus Christ, I butchered that. I like Guillermo del Toro's films, but only for a cinematic view.
Well, like
was it
Crimson
shot
Peak?
Well?
Yes.
It was shot
really
well.
Pretty.
Yeah. It just
But,
the story doesn't hold
was
up.
Garbage. But like Crimson Peak, that was one of
Yeah,
the movies.
that was he did that as well.
I loved that movie.
Yeah.
It was it had a little bit of some incest, but like
There was incest in that film.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. How am I supposed to know?
Yeah, there was some.
So that's interesting.
But I thought the story was so good. It had Tom Hiddleston, and I got to see his ass, and that was really cool. But
Yeah, you could have paid to go to the theaters to see Tom Hiddleston's ass, right?
I just saw it right at home. But that one was basically about like this
It was a woman that could see ghosts, right?
Yes, it was like this girl, and she had lived with her father for a long time, and like this guy and his sister.
It's been a while.
I haven't seen it in a while, but it's like this guy and his sister, Tom Hiddleston, like they move into town or whatever, and then they like kind of like fall in love, and then her dad gets like brutally murdered.
Oh damn!
Like, and it shows like him die and everything. It was really like I was like, damn. I was like, God,
that man dead. Did I just watch a man die?
And so and then the girl, the main character, and the guy, they and they get married.
Did you do the Foley for that movie?
Yeah, that was it right there.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Sneak peek, first time look on the Thought Patrol podcast of the Foley of Crimson Peak.
So and so they got married and they like moved away to his house, and his house is like, oh my God, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I heard a lot of like the set design, the
costuming,
costuming, all of
the
it was
music,
really good.
It was gorgeous.
Okay, that's cool.
And then that's where like she finds out that like they're actually brother and sister, and they fuck. And like his sister,
they fuck after or before knowing that?
Knowing what?
That they're brother and sister.
No, they always knew their brother and sister, but they fucked.
They fucked anyway?
Yeah.
It was a simpler time.
I guess so. I mean, I guess incest was a lot more common back in the day. But basically like his sister, like they would lure people into the house and then they would like kill them.
Oh, okay.
And she was supposed to be one of them, but like Tom Hiddleston actually like fell in love with this girl. The main character.
I got you.
And so like they all died in the end, but except the main character. Well, it's been out for like 2 years, Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was really good. I really liked it. That's the only other movie I've seen by him.
Okay. Yeah, usually his movies are shot very well. Like the cinematography is
aesthetically,
awesome.
it was just
pleasing. Yeah.
I've watched it like 4 times already, and every time I'm just like, oh yes.
Yeah, the Shape of Water story doesn't really hold up.
Oh my, it's just comparatively like it's just so bad.
Okay. All right. Well, those are the box office tops. Seeing what's been doing good in the theaters. So we're going to move a little bit forward. We're going to move on to our what to look for section. We got some games coming out this week. So on March 20th, which is today, we had Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered. Came out for PS4, Xbox One. That's it. I don't know what the hell that is. They already remastered the first 3 Assassin's Creeds. Remastering everything, man. Just take it, remaster it, you're good to go. Attack on Titan 2 came out today. PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch on March 20th. Pretty cool. Sea of Thieves, Xbox One, PC, March 20th. Not for PS4, sadly, for all you PS4 users out there, but it is on PC. That's dope. I got it for free, technically. We have Titan Quest, came on PS4, Xbox One, March 20th. I don't know what that is. A Way Out comes out on the 23rd, which is Friday.
What about that Detroit Become Human?
That's not out for a while. Like middle of the year, I think.
No.
I think it's like May. I want to say May.
I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, it looks really good.
That trailer.
It looks dope.
With the little girl. I cried.
You need to finish Persona 5 first before we get there.
I can't. Okay?
Yes, you can. You're so close.
I know, but I'm still recovering from a guy dying.
Whoa.
Well, I didn't say his name.
Yeah, that was rough. I didn't expect that either.
I was like,
whoa.
No.
Although he was kind of an asshole.
He was kind of an asshole, but he was like...
I'm giving away too much.
Yeah, you are giving away too much. Yeah.
Definitely
Continue.
A good game. That game's so fucking good.
Oh my god.
I love Persona 5. It should have won Best RPG at the Dice Awards.
It should have won Best Game.
You know what did? Nier.
It should have won Game of the Year.
Oh, well. I don't even think it was up for Game of the Year.
It should have been.
you know what did what?
Fuck that game. That game is garbage.
Whoa, didn't even play it.
Whoever wants to play it. I did play some of it, first of all.
How long?
I played it for like 3 hours.
On what? The Wii U?
The Switch, dude.
When did you play it on the Switch? I don't remember that.
It's on the Switch, right?
Yeah, we had it on the Wii U too, remember?
Yeah, I was bored.
That's how we
one
first
day
got
in
it.
Class.
Oh. It's all right.
I was like, God,
it's not my favorite Zelda. It's not my favorite game of last
Anyone
year.
who wants to fight me can come at me, all right?
Oh, damn.
Because I fucking hate that game.
Whoa.
I can't. I'm really like mad that it won all these awards. You know what's better? Breath of the Wild. You know what's better?
You said Breath of the Wild.
Majora's. No, wait. Damn it. Wait, no.
Wind Waker?
Yes. Wind Waker. You know what else is better? Majora's Mask.
What's your favorite Zelda?
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker? Okay. That was like the first one you played, though, right?
No.
What's the first Zelda you played? I think it was Wind Waker, Caitlyn. GameCube.
Oh. Then yeah, I'm kind of biased. Dude.
Just a little bit.
God, I love Wind Waker.
I'm gonna say my favorite's Twilight Princess. That game's fantastic.
I'm just a little whore for...
Whoa. Excuse me. Can you repeat that, please?
No. I just love Wind Waker. I don't know.
It's a good game. Not my favorite Zelda either, but I don't even think Breath of the Wild's in my top 3, man.
No.
To tell you the truth.
Like,
Twilight Princess is number 1.
And the only reason it won all these awards
Majora's Mask.
is because it was a Zelda game. And it's because it was Nintendo.
Yeah. Also, the awards are kind of shit.
Bullshit.
For the most part, they're popularity contents.
Like, how do you have a fish movie get...
Grinding Nemo. Thank you,
Film
Preston,
of the year,
from Thought Patrol Podcast. Or Thought Patrol Podcast from It's Obvious. That's what I don't know where he heard it from, but I heard it from him, Preston from It's Obvious Gaming. Grinding Nemo, I love it.
There's so many things wrong with people these days.
Okay.
That's one of them.
All right, where was I? A Way Out is coming to Xbox One PC March 23rd, which is PS4 as well, which is interesting. The whole game, have you seen it? I think it was on the video game when we watched the Video Game Awards. They announced something from it, but the whole game is designed to play split screen the entire time. And the cool thing about it is, if you own the game, you can still play it with someone else if they don't. So it's like you could do split screen online, and you just invite them, and they could join your game, and they don't have to actually own it, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. But like the whole game, it's like you're supposed to break out of prison with a dude. It's like a narrative game. But the whole game is played split screen. It looks really cool. That'd be a fun game to play. Death Stranding, we probably won't see for a while. I don't even think it'd be yet next year. If it is, it'd be late next year. It looks cool though.
I'm more excited about Detroit coming in.
Yeah, that game's gonna be awesome. I'm fucking pumped. All right, Detective Pikachu coming out on 3DS the 23rd, which is Friday. Which is literally Pikachu's a detective and you're a kid and you're helping Pikachu solve Pokemon crimes. Like who killed Sneevil? No.
Whoa.
No.
Death?
We got a gangbang alert, like Pikachu on the thing. On 7th Street, we got a gangbang. We got 3 dead Pichus. I gotta think of a Pokemon name. Thinking Charizard suspect. Moving in. Shots fired, Pikachu down. And you hear him like unloading his pistol over the... Damn, that'd be dark. I'd love that. That would be dark. Give me that game.
Make it for me.
And finally, we got Ni no Kuni 2, Revenant Kingdom, coming to PS4 and PC March 23rd. Super pumped for that game. Already got it pre-ordered. Come get it on PC. I think it'll be good. I love Ghibli's art style. And to think that this is inspired, it's got some of the same art directors that work behind some of those fantastic films. It's got me excited. It's going to bring me back to those days. All right, that was that. You guys got some awesome games coming out this week. Hope you're all enjoying either pillaging the seas or going back in time to discover the great world of Ni no Kuni 2. I don't know. I couldn't think of anything.
Or just,
solving crimes with Pikachu, man. Let's not leave that out. So,
or just like
not doing anything.
Do your daily life,
Yeah.
Going to work.
I mean, you could play games, mix them in there. You should play some games, mix them in there.
Fuck off.
Okay, so we got some news articles. A couple things happened this week. So we'll go over the quick, unimportant things. Fortnite came out on mobile, quickly rose to the top of the charts. And I think it also made like a shitload of money. I don't know the exact number, but that game's unstoppable at this point. It's crazy. Everyone and their mother's playing it, and they're talking about it too. But let's get on to some of the more important things.
I didn't know my mom was playing it.
Geralt from The Witcher is coming to Soul Calibur 6. Really cool stuff.
The guy with the eye patch?
Eye patch? No, he's got the white hair. You haven't played The Witcher 3. I don't think. That's a good game.
Who's the guy with the eye patch?
I have that on PlayStation. You should try that game. I think you'd like it a lot. You can see him naked. A lot, actually. You see him naked quite a bit. You could search up his name, see a picture of him. That might.
What's the guy with the eye patch?
Guy with the eye patch? There's a lot there. You gotta give me something more.
He has white hair. He wears a bandana.
Where's a bandana with white hair? I mean, Geralt has white hair.
Kombat?
Mortal Kombat? No.
What the I'm just sounding dumb.
He's in Soul Calibur now, but no, it's an RPG game, Witcher 3. I know you haven't played it.
What's his name? Snake.
Oh, Snake. Yeah, Solid Snake. I mean, you could kind of...
I got his name.
Yeah.
You could have to shit.
If you want, while I talk about this article, since you don't really know a lot about it, you can.
Good.
Real quick. Mute your mic for me real quick, so you're not making a bunch of noise. You got it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Poo-poo break. Godspeed. I'm not going to edit this out. YOLO. I'm going to leave all your poo-poo breaks in. You need a poo-poo break counter. Hey, guys, just you and me. So, real quick, I'm going to talk about what I was saying with this. My opinion, because I know Caitlyn hasn't really touched Witcher much, but I really think this is cool. I love the Soul Calibur franchise. They've always been known for throwing in random characters into their games, especially with like 4. We had some Star Wars characters and stuff like that. So that's got me really excited. I've seen the trailer, and I think a lot of his like moveset, animations, they all match up with just him as a character. I think it's so cool to see him there in the game. I don't know if this is going to make me get Soul Cal 6. I'm not entirely sure. I like the Soul Cal franchise, but every time I've tried to get into a game, I just couldn't get far enough, and I felt like I wasted my money. But this is definitely a cool addition, especially the fact that he's going to be on the fucking the box cover art. That's so cool, and I think it's such an awesome thing to see him just in more places. I love Geralt as a character. I like The Witcher. I think it's a good game. I haven't technically finished it. Crucify me, if you will, but I'm like a completionist when it comes to those sort of games, and I do not want to spend 500 hours playing a game. So one day I might get back to it. I do have it on PC. I put like 40 hours to do it on PC, and I might return to it one day when we have a lull, when there's not much going on in games. I might drop back into it whenever it calls to me. We'll see. But I'm going to read this article. So like I said, we're seeing Geralt coming to Soul Calibur 6, which is pretty cool. This is by Oscar Deus of GameSpot. Thank you, GameSpot, for all these articles. Every week we steal from you guys, but we give you guys credit. I love GameSpot. Good site. Definitely some good content they got on there. So, Geralt of Rivia will be a playable character in Soul Calibur 6. Bandai Namco and CD Projekt Red have announced. In addition, a stage based on the Witcher series, Kaer Morhen, something like that, will be available as one of the game's arenas. The Witcher himself will, according to a statement, keep his signature fighting style in his transition from open world RPG to fighting game. He'll be able to utilize a combination of swordplay, ability-enhancing potions, and combat magic, in addition to having the character, his English voice actor, and his signature stage based on the Witcher's training ground there will also be the iconic music track from the series Hunt or Be Hunted. We've collaborated with Bandai Namco artists to faithfully recreate Geralt and shared original Witcher 3 Wild Hunt assets like Geralt's model, animations, and weapons, said CD Projekt Red community lead Marcin Momo. I think Bandai Namco did an outstanding job of capturing all the details and introducing The Witcher to Soul Calibur in a way fans of both series will enjoy. definitely something that's really cool. I love things like crossovers in fighting games, especially anything to bolster a roster even more. The more unique fighting characters you have in a fighting game, I think always introduce really cool and awesome scenarios. Seeing Geralt fight some of the other Soul Calibur characters will always be a cool thing in my book. So definitely got me pumped. Interesting to see more just gameplay on him in general. See his move set, kind of how he plays, how they designed his character. Oh, excuse me, as people kind of just delve into him and explore him as a fighting character. Definitely got me excited. So with that out of the way, we're going to move on to our next article. Caitlyn's on her way back. I heard the toilet flush. Let's give her a big surprise. We'll introduce her all together. This is the interactive version of the podcast where I want you screaming, "Welcome back, Caitlyn." You couldn't hear it, but everyone at home was clapping for you.
Oh.
You got that poop out?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Very nice and safely.
So we're going to move on to the next article. So, Caitlyn, I know you could not give even a tiny ounce of a shit with this, but apparently Xbox's E3 press conference is going to be the biggest showing ever.
Of what?
Ever. They're going to, their E3 where they show off games and shit. Xbox is supposedly going to have the biggest show they've ever had.
They're going to have Circus Delay or something? Wait.
Cirque du Soleil? Why would that? I don't know.
I don't know if it's like a show.
All right.
So I forgot I left the toilet paper in here, so I had a very interesting time.
How'd that go? Use your fingers? 2 fingers?
I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to fuck you up. I gotta find a way to get that away from my record.
Dog's at the door. Okay. Let's read this article. Let's move forward real quick. Chris Perrier of GameSpot, our boy. Love GameSpot. Said that already. Microsoft has officially confirmed its plans for E3 2018. Rather than have its usual presence inside the Los Angeles Convention Center where E3 takes place, Microsoft is moving the bulk of its efforts across the street to the nearby Microsoft Theater in LA Live.
What the fuck?
The company says that this will make for the company's, quote, biggest E3 showing ever. Now, first up, I don't care. Bruce needs to learn. First up, the Microsoft Theater will be Microsoft's E3 press conference, which is scheduled to take place on Sunday, June 10th at 1 p.m. Following that, it will host Xbox Fan Fest events, hands-on demos for E3 attendees, and more. Quote, not only does the Microsoft Theater allow us to centralize our Xbox presence at E3, but its size enables us to include even more fans and partners in the Xbox E3 2018 briefing than ever before. So what do you think about this, Cam? So I know we've talked about E3 before on the podcast and how it possibly could have died last year, but it didn't. Would you rather, in this circumstance with E3, I know we haven't ever been to one, but you know how Nintendo does their Direct, where every couple months they'll do like a live stream and basically put together videos, and would you prefer that method of us getting our information, or more of like they have this one yearly event that's big as hell, all the companies come together and they all release all their stuff on those selection of days? What do you think interests you more? Kind of get what I'm saying?
I'd rather have like a Nintendo Direct.
So you'd rather, if you were to get your information, you'd rather get it like every couple months, like they'll introduce, hey, we're doing a live stream. This is going to be some new news coming to Nintendo or Xbox or PlayStation. Instead of like, oh, every year we're going to have this big thing and you can look forward to seeing big reveals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd rather have like a live stream.
Because Nintendo's presence at E3 is limited to nothing practically at this point.
Well,
because
really
recently they announced Smash all through live stream. They could have saved that for E3, but they're like, no, we're just gonna drop it now, start building that hype. And I don't know what I think, because if I would have gone to one before, I think my mind might be my opinion might be a bit different. But I think that E3s are cool. I enjoy them for what they are, and I like the fact that it's one day. And we'll know we'll be seeing something cool coming out this day. And they still live stream the event. You could still watch the event. It's just instead of it being, I don't know if you made it. Instead of it being every couple months, it's just once a year. Boom, big shit coming. I don't know how I feel. I do like the Nintendo Directs that they do. I think they're really cool. And we've got a lot from those, especially with like Smash. We've heard things about just everything. And as we spoke last week, the fucking internet exploded when Smash was announced.
I saw like all those reactions, and I was just like,
people losing their goddamn minds,
like screaming their heads off. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Another thing this does is it kind of separates Xbox from PlayStation, because usually they'll have like the big convention center and you'll have a whole section for PlayStation people, a whole section. But after last year's E3, that place was fucking packed because they allowed fans to come. Usually it'd just be like media and press. Right. But with fans able to come in, it being like an open door kind of thing, you buy a ticket, you get in, you walk around. They need more room. Because they can't fit all those people. So I understand the decision. Hey, we'll have this whole building dedicated to Microsoft. If you want to go over there, you can head out. There's a lot more room. It's not going to be as crowded. Across the street, like. Yeah, and then you can jump between. And if you're staying there, it's not like you have to fly to a different city to go see the Microsoft convention. It's just down the road. You just got to get yourself over there.
Where is it?
They have their own theater, the Microsoft Theater. It's in LA Live. They're all in Los Angeles. So.
What about Miami?
I mean, we have a shitload of anime conventions down here in Florida.
But I want, like, cool stuff.
The closest thing we get is PAX East, and I don't know where that is. I think it's like...
That's, like, Georgia.
No, it's not. PAX East?
We're not in the East.
Yes, we are. Of the United States?
We're in the South. Yes, we are. If Georgia's South, how are we East?
We're on the East side. If you look at the continent... oh, my God.
We're in the South.
PAX East is in Massachusetts, so it's by like New York. By like New York.
That's too far.
That is far. We'd have to take a plane no matter what. I ain't driving that distance. But still, like that's PAX East, and PAX is kind of like the same thing. Convention. They show off games, do stuff like that.
They have more shit in Texas than they do in Florida.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff in Texas, which is crazy. But there's a lot of people that live in Texas. There's a lot of people that live here. Yeah.
What? Stupid. Listen.
All right.
They lost money right here.
Yeah, they did.
2 people.
All right. Send them an angry email. Let's move on to our next article. This is a sad article, Caitlyn.
Oh no.
Toys R Us will close all 800 U.S. stores.
No.
They're liquidating their stores.
I have to go to. Oh my God, that reminds me.
When have we ever been to fucking Toys R Us? We never go.
Were kids.
I don't remember ever going as kids.
Listen, I had a stuffed dog named Bluey.
He came from Toys R Us?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He was blue. So
he looked like Blue from Blue's Clues too.
That's exactly why I watched Blue's Clues, because I thought my dog.
Blue's Clues was the shit, dude.
Because I thought my dog was on the TV. I was like, Bluey, that's you.
And he's like, yeah, dude, that's me.
Dude, so
kill your parents.
Kill your parents. So when I first got Bluey,
it reminds me of the Game Grumps thing. It's like, fuck your father, fuck your father.
So when I first got Bluey, dude, I lost him. I lost him in my locker at Florida Bible.
How the hell that happened?
I don't know.
Why'd you bring him to school?
Because I wanted to. I was a kid. I don't know.
You replaced him with a blanket eventually, right?
No, we went to Toys R Us and we got another Bluey. The exact same dog.
And Mom and Dad are like, we found him.
And I was like,
alive.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are magic.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, but it was just another Bluey.
Resurrected him from the dead.
I was like, where the fuck did they get him Bluey? I was like, dude, I lost him. Where'd you get Bluey?
It's like, I thought I finally gotten rid of him. Yeah. And he's back.
So now I just sleep with my blankie because I'm still a 5-year-old.
You still sleep with your blanket? Can you sleep without it? Damn.
I'm still a child.
Hey, everyone's got something. I used to be really terrified of the dark. It's not a big deal anymore, but I used to be. You remember? I used to be hella afraid of the dark. I needed a nightlight all the time. But I'm much
in that socket.
You're lying. There's no light. There's no light.
You didn't even sleep in this room, Kyle. I was joking.
Oh. Well, I do now though. I sleep in this room all the time.
Before you didn't.
Yeah, now I got Bruce. We spoon.
Fuck off.
You won't believe all the times. I don't think I told the story in the podcast, but I was dead asleep. Got woken up from like dead ass sleep. It was like 4 a.m. And I'm like, what smells it smells like shit in this room. And I go to turn on my phone light, and like right in my face is my dog's ass. Like right in my face. This dude farted in my face and woke me up from dead sleep. And I had to spin his ass around so he was facing the other way, and he just looked at me like, what? I didn't do anything. What you got with me?
That's hilarious.
Let's move on to our article. We got Eddie Makic of GameSpot keeping us up to date with the Toys R Us news. Toys R Us, the famous American toy retailer founded some 70 years ago, will close all of its stores in the United States and the United Kingdom. The Wall Street Journal reports today that the CEO, David Brandon, made the news official today with the filing of liquidation papers. The shutdown of the store will result in the loss of up to 33,000 jobs in the United States. According to Bloomberg, Toys R Us had hundreds of millions in debt it had to restructure this year for its U.S. operation, but it couldn't do that or find a buyer. It was a similar situation in the U.K., where Toys R Us also failed to find a buyer. As a result, Toys R Us is closing all of its UK stores, which will affect the company's 3,000 employees in the region, according to CNN. Sad tale. It was a toy retailer. I always remember thinking it looked cool. I mean, I even remember trying to get a job there once before I started working at Target. I definitely applied there when I got back from boot camp.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't.
Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't get the job. I'd still be there. I'm like, shit, I'm out of a job.
The same thing with Winn-Dixie. There are a lot of like Winn-Dixies are closing too.
That liquidating Winn-Dixies too?
Yeah, and one of my friend works out in Winn-Dixie, and I saw him yesterday. I'm like, yo, did you lose your job? He was like, no. And he's like, Bruce. He's like, no, they're not closing down mine.
You gonna let him in?
Yeah.
All right. Man, this episode has been rife with little noise bombs, and I do appreciate it. You guys for tuning in. Don't mind the dog noises. Just get on the bed, dude. Get on the bed. There you go. Look outside. He's such a needy fuck. Everything he is though.
He didn't have anybody when he was younger.
I know we don't know what happened to him his last 6 years, but still, he's needy.
What if he didn't have anybody? And now he has people.
All right. Come on. We're doing a podcast. All right. So that was Toys R Us. That's a sad tale indeed. This is probably one of the least professional, that's not a word, but this podcast. It's been a while. Crocodile.
Well, we decided to do it in the middle of the day. That didn't help.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It was in the middle of the day. Usually we do them at night. And we also have a new setup, so there might be some vibrations. I need to get booms for both of our mics. It'd make everything 1,000 times easier. We could literally just sit in these chairs. I could set up an arm over there, set up an arm over here, and just sit and talk to each other, like facing each other, and not even have a table. I need to get those things. They're like $20 a piece. They're not that expensive. And that will greatly increase all the noise. We're working on it. We're working on some upgrades. I need to put some money together. Give you guys some better sounding content. But we do appreciate all you tuning in and sticking with us through these troubling times.
Dark times.
The dark times. So we have one more. We talked about this a bit earlier. So give you guys some bit more information on the whole... Actually, it's not that important. It's basically the actual article of Drake playing Fortnite on Twitch. It was Eddie Macick of GameSpot. So they did duos with each other. There's an actual clip, but it reached more than 600,000 concurrent viewers at one point, and the previous record was 400,000.
Like they weren't in the same room together, or they were like separate.
No, they were. I think Drake was streaming too.
I don't know. Really like Drake.
He's a gamer.
He's also an anime guy.
I thought it was. He likes anime too. Drake.
Everyone likes anime.
Everyone
now, anime is the cool shit now. Apparently, like
I remember seeing someone tweet that like a article that was like that. It's like is anime cool now? It's like fuck y'all. Anime's always been dope. That's definitely crazy with Kim Kardashian styling her hair after 02 from the that show by what's that show called? I can't remember the name of it, but the girl's name is 02. She posted it on her Instagram.
She's like my hair inspo.
Yeah, so crazy. And then a bunch of rappers like Naruto because it's decent, but definitely interesting. I it's not something I'd ever thought I'd see happen, like actual people that are super popular, openly discussing anime. But times are changing. That's cool. Anime's it's always been dope. It's still pretty cool. Glad to like it, and we both like it a lot. I'm thinking, what else can we talk about? We don't really have a main topic this episode.
It's just a nostalgia episode, really.
Yeah, nostalgia episode. Again, this whole thing has been kind of thrown together haphazardly, so I just got some news and stuff, but we didn't really have time to think about a main topic, which we do apologize. So it'll probably just be a nostalgia episode. That works. Any other things that you want to talk about then to fill up some time for nostalgia? We go back to Halo 3. Those times. I don't remember. Yeah, I was thinking, what else did we do early Xbox days? I remember before I left for school in the morning, I used to have a bus. Did you unmute your mic?
Yeah.
Okay. I used to have, in the morning, we'd take a bus, but it was me and my next door neighbor. He'd come over, and we would play Halo 3 in the morning. Like, we wake up super fucking early, like 7 in the morning, and the bus wouldn't get there till like 9. And we would just play Halo Capture the Flag in the morning. We played for like 2 hours, and it was always a bitch. Like I got to stop playing and go to school now. It was always sucky.
One time, actually, the bus like never came for me.
I remember that happening a few times.
And so I just stayed home. I play what did I play?
What did you do?
God, what other games do we have on the Xbox?
I mean, we had the earlier Call of Duties. So there was
the shitty
Modern Warfare. There was Modern Warfare 2. We had those. I'm thinking, man, Xbox 360. I remember Fable on Xbox. We played Fable 3. Whoa.
I want to play Fable again so bad.
I wish it didn't.
You have to find it on Steam or something.
Because the company that made it, they didn't close down. I think they got relocated to another company. No, Fable's not on Steam. It's owned by Xbox. I would have to look on the Microsoft store.
I'll find it illegally somehow, but dude, I have to play that game again.
I'd have to look for it.
The game is my shit.
Yeah, it's definitely
Complete Anatomy. What the hell is that?
I don't know.
I need that.
All right. I'm thinking early Xbox. You can Google early Xbox games. There was Gears of War. We played Gears of War together.
Gears of War?
The first one.
Used to really
spook me.
Scare me when I was a kid. But I still played it. That game was rated R too, wasn't it?
Rated R. Rated M, yes it was.
Oh. Whatever.
Oh man, that game was rated R.
Oh god. Metro 2030 Red Dead Redemption?
I remember the original. Did you play the original Red Dead?
Yes.
The game was good.
That came out in 2010. Damn, that was 8 years ago.
2010? I thought it was much earlier than that.
Was 8 years
Halo
ago.
3 was 2007.
Yeah.
Remember when we first got the Halo Xbox?
Yes.
We got it. We were at whose house were we at?
Halo Zune. You remember that shit?
The Halo Zune. Yo, you remember? You know what I used to do?
Fallout 3. I played Fallout 3.
It's crazy. It goes back to see how I got to where I am now.
Shut up.
How I got to where I am now. I love animation now, and I used to love it as a kid. Remember I used to watch those stick fight videos?
Yeah.
That's how we found Breaking Benjamin as a band.
Yeah.
I used to load those onto my Zune and show my friends at school on my Zune. Those were also the days where we were Dad found that illegal website, those peer-to-peer music, and he found Red on that site.
Triggered.
But the music, when he downloaded it, you could put it on anything, but after 3 days, the file would corrupt itself.
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that. There was Saints Row.
I don't remember what the name of that site was. It probably doesn't exist anymore. I remember early Assassin's Creed. Did you ever play any of those?
Yeah, I did.
The first one, right?
Yeah.
That one was good. I mean, it was a little limited, but it was an okay game. I thought the second one
I played Skyrim too.
Skyrim?
I played Skyrim all the way through.
Skyrim was fun.
On the Xbox.
Do you like the Skyrim or the Fallout series more? What do you think? Because
Fallout
3.
I played more Fallout than I played
Fallout
Skyrim.
3 was a blast. I fucking adored Fallout 3.
Fallout 3.
I played Fallout 3 probably 4 times to this day. Because I recently played through it again on PC.
Right.
Because I know I have your account synced to mine, and you have games because I used to buy games on your account. Because you have the whole BioShock collection.
Yeah.
You have Fallout 3, the Game of the Year version.
I bought it Mirror's Edge.
Oh, fuck. I love Mirror's Edge. I have it on PC.
That game was my shit.
That game crashes a lot for some reason, but I loved Mirror's Edge.
There's Fable 3.
I can
buy it for $20.
I remember being so excited for. We don't have an Xbox 360 anymore.
Can I play online or something?
No.
Fucking.
How would you play it?
Shut
up. Mirror's Edge was awesome.
Injustice. I remember playing that with Antony.
We played Injustice 2. That was on that Disney vacation.
What's Defiance?
Defiance. I don't remember.
Skate 3? Do you remember Skate 3?
Skate 3 was a blast.
No.
It was practically just a ragdoll simulator. It didn't feel like a skateboarding game, but
I love that was with Tony Hawk.
Well, no, that wasn't Tony Hawk. They had a Tony Hawk series of games like Tony Hawk Underground. Mm-hmm. Remember Need for Speed Underground?
Oh, no. I remember playing that on the PSP.
What?
Playing it Need for Speed.
Need for Speed? What was that Most Wanted? No, that was 360. Do you remember when we had? I don't know if you were old enough to remember, but Grandma had a NES at her house.
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember early Nintendo 64 days?
Not
You were pretty
really.
young for that. We even could go back to GameCube, Super Mario Sunshine, Smash,
Luigi's Mansion.
Luigi's Man. You know, did you hear that they're remastering that for 3D?
Yeah.
Or the 3DS?
I can't wait. I'm going to.
You have a 3DS, right?
I do have a 3DS. So
I'd like to play
definitely
that.
buying that shit.
That game was so fucking good. I played that game
All those
multiple times
games
too.
were just so good.
Yeah.
Super Mario Sunshine. Whatever.
Super Mario Sun shit. I'm like, hey. I'm telling you, man. What they
that
gotta
game
give
was like past its time. Sunshine?
past its time. Sunshine was a great game.
It was so good.
It was one of the
What?
because besides what other Mario games did we have on GameCube? We had Mario Tennis. Remember Mario Tennis? They're making another Mario Tennis too. Oh man, all those games were so good. I'm thinking we had that. Remember when Dad went to buy? He bought like a shitload of like bootleg discs or something at like Blockbuster. No. You don't remember that? It was for Christmas one time, and it had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it. It had Mario Kart Double Dash, but on the back of the disc, they were covered in like this weird like shit, and they were scratched up, and they wouldn't play on the GameCube.
Ew.
And it made me so mad because I had like 5 games that he all got them from I think a Blockbuster or something, and he bought them, but they were used and they were all in horrible horrible condition, so none of them would work. It was the worst.
Naruto Storm 3.
I remember I used to have that on PSP. I feel PSP. Every time I say PSP, it makes me sad because Grandma bought me that silver one, and we were at the Greek church one time.
You dropped
and it was in my pocket, and I dropped my pants, but it was just chilling in my pocket. I went to lift up my pants to put them on. The thing fell right out of my pant pocket into the toilet, filled with shit. And I was so distraught because I probably had that.
Did we ever play Prototype?
I didn't play it. I had that thing for like what, a month maybe.
It was terrible.
I felt so bad. I remember having Dexter on it, or Daxter. That game was awesome.
Connectimals.
I remember when the Kinect was like first introduced. Like I'm like, what the fuck is that thing? It's a Wii without the Wiimote controllers. Did you ever want a Wii? Every time I saw it, I never wanted one.
The Wii Sports is the only thing I would have ever.
The only thing I only care about
Left
Wii
4
Sports.
Dead.
Remember when whose house were we at? We were at Jay and Nancy's house, and we went ham on Mario Tennis, or the Wii Sports Tennis.
Yeah.
And we were almost like throwing out our arms and shit because we were getting so into it. I think it was either that or baseball. But I remember like my shoulders legitimately hurt because I was swinging the thing so hard.
I don't see anything else, really.
I can't. I still fondly, at least between us two playing games together, I think some of the best times are either Halo 3 or the PC times with Roblox and RuneScape. Because I remember that one time where I think it was summer, and legit all we did was play RuneScape all summer.
Every single day.
Yeah,
like,
that was the same summer they introduced like the dungeoneering update. So there's like you can go down into the dungeons and that was all we played.
Those were good times. Dude.
That was the best. It was free. They ran on our computers.
Yeah,
which
at least
were
like
pretty
RuneScape
shit.
was free. Like Roblox
was free.
You had I know, but you had to like.
They had a membership subscription, but so did RuneScape. RuneScape had a membership.
Yeah, but you could play the game like fine without it. You know.
Yeah, at least
you'd have
old
just
RuneScape.
as much fun playing without it.
Yeah, old RuneScape used to have. There was a lot of content there for free.
What RuneScape looks like now.
Oh, they completely revamped the game. I've heard you could still play on the 07 servers. I think it was 07 back then. Like they're like the legacy servers. You could still play on them. What are you doing?
Oh shit!
Use your phone. What are you doing?
I can't play it on my phone.
Oh, what, RuneScape?
Type in RuneScape.
Oh my gosh.
Do it, fucker.
Mind my mechanical keyboard.
What the heck is this?
It's RuneScape, man. Damn, it started in 2001.
What?
No, don't play anything because it'll make noise. You can't do that.
You can't.
I can't. We're recording.
Right after this, I'm gonna try.
Yeah, you can look at it, but yeah, they completely revamped the entire game. I could also show you the Halo things.
What was the name of that other game? Oh my god.
What are the games?
It was an online game.
It was Roblox. There was one. Remember?
There was one that you could make your own character and you'd go around and you'd be like, "You want to date me?" You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh
There was
God,
that
what's the name of
website that had a link. It had links to all those games. So it was like Made Marion Games or something like that, we used to go to the library with Grandma. Remember? But the game it saved, it was based on your computer, your browser history.
Right.
So if you would switch computers, you'd lose all your progress. But there's that one where you could go into dungeons, and it was like kind of like Skyrim, but you like made a character. But they were all like MMO style games. So they had one that was like Second Life, but it was a shittier version of it. So you made a character and you could talk to. You don't remember any of that?
No.
We'd go to the library and play those games all the time.
I remember going to the library a lot.
Yeah, we used to go to the library with Grandma all the time.
But it was like that game, and you could like make your own character, and it was really gay.
Really gay?
It was really gay. It was like stupid.
But like, stupid. I thought you meant like legitimately gay.
No.
Like, I don't know.
Like, it was like dumb.
Oh, it was really like, dumb.
Oh my god. And they had like these really bad maps that you could walk around.
I don't remember.
Oh my god. It's gonna kill me. God, I don't remember what it's called, but like you could have like a pet or something. You had like your own place. You know what I'm talking about?
Perfect World?
I don't know.
Or was it made by Perfect World Entertainment? But I know it was all 2D World. The entire time, right?
Right? It was.
I know what you're talking about. It was kind of like Club Penguin, but for teenagers.
Yes.
Fuck. What was that game called?
World?
That game was
That's
also...
a software company.
It was stupid.
It was so stupid.
Because a lot of it was like Club Penguin is. A lot of it was locked behind membership things. So they had like... You know what I remember?
What?
Was it Toontown? The
no!
Disney game? Toontown.
Open a new tab for Toontown.
Does Toontown even exist?
I don't think so.
Where you could make your own tune and you would like... There was actually like... It is 2003.
No!
They do.
Oh my god.
Caitlyn, Toontown rewritten. It's still a game. Oh my gosh. I can't play any of these videos. Looks like you're new here. Wait. Oh god, please don't play
This is
any videos.
Disney! Wait, no, it's not.
Oh no, stop. Go back. I want to see Toontown.
Perfect. Is it Perfect World?
Look,
are you
there
sure?
it is. I don't... sounds good, I guess. See, there it is, Toontown. Man, I remember you could play for like the jelly beans and you played mini games together.
Oh my god, I love this game. Okay. I'm trying to find the other one.
It's gone on this huge nostalgia trip right now. Holy shit. I remember I keep wanting to say Perfect World, but that is not the name of it.
God, what was it called?
Does Perfect World Entertainment, does it show the games that they made?
Yeah. Torchlight.
You have to go really far back. I can't remember. But there's like a secondary currency. I remember we tried cheating the system because you could like refer a friend and they gave you extra shit. Yeah. Dude, we tried making fake emails. Damn, we were little conniving.
We were, right?
Or conniving scoundrels. I put the two words together.
Games developed. Let's see.
I don't remember what it's called
3D, though. There's Perfect World.
Perfect World? Is that what it's called?
Perfect World 1 and 2. Hot Dance Party.
Hot Dance Party. Sign me up. I don't know why Perfect World always pops into my head, but that might have not been it. Man, we shuffled through everything. Remember when we were
bored though.
When we went to Grandma, or we went to the library with Grandma, I remember we used to play on the Cartoon Network website. They had like the Ben 10 games and the Ed and Eddie games. Right. I remember playing through those.
Oh my god. Those like Disney games?
Do you remember they had a Foster's Imaginary Home game where you can make your own imaginary friend and then you play as them and you walk around it was also kind of like multiplayer inspired.
This is what Perfect World looks like. So.
Man,
it's just not.
That is not Perfect World. That's an MMO.
What can I Google for that?
I don't even know. Just do browser flash games in early 2000s. Popular browser games early 2000s. I have no clue. Because if it was around Toontown, it probably was like 2004, 2005. It was a long time ago. I can't remember. I'm really...
What's that noise?
We're completely coming at a blank, which is insane. But I can't remember it.
I spent a lot of time on that game. Like, no lie.
Yeah, I remember spending a shitload of time there.
Doing like dumb shit. Like, hey, you want to like... And you could like have hearts with people or something?
I don't remember what the hearts did, but you could talk to people. It was pretty much... It was take Club Penguin and for teenagers. That's what it was. I don't remember how we even found out about it. Remember coolmathgames.com at school? Because they had a firewall.
That's all I would do.
They had a firewall, so you couldn't do anything.
Right.
But they used to put like mini clip and congregate games on cool math games, so you could still play like cool games that aren't actually cool math games. They're like legitimate good games, flash games that you could play.
It was like they were just showing me like games, but it was like multiplayer.
Like so, just chilling like all the way on the, like 10 feet from the mic back here. Hey guys, how's it going? I can't. I don't know.
This is gonna kill me.
It will.
Oh my God.
You know what's gonna happen? We're gonna hit the stop recording button. You're gonna think of it right afterwards.
Yeah.
I
can't even like. It's not even on the tip of my tongue. Like,
no,
I can't
it's not
even
either.
Think about
every time I think about that experience, the word "perfect world" comes to my mind. But like when
I Google it, that's not it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was something world or something perfect.
It was something. Oh my God! It was something world.
Something world. Just type in. I don't know how to help you here.
World. Flash game.
Oh man, we're not getting anywhere. What I'm gonna do is we're getting close to our time up here. So while you do that, real quick, I'm gonna start to intro us out or outro us out, whatever. So guys, that was episode 40. What episode are we on? 44.
44.
You almost said 2. I heard that. That was episode 44 of the Thought Patrol podcast. It's just me and Caitlyn this week. Again, really chill episode. We still managed to hold up 2 hours, which is crazy. But I'll just title this something about nostalgia or something. But if you guys
know what we're talking about.
Yeah, if you know what we're talking about, or you have some of your own nostalgia memories of while you guys were kids, or who you played with, or games that you played when you were much younger, definitely let us know what you guys share those experiences with us. We would love to hear them. And maybe, again, if you've played this game and you know what it is, let us know, please. We're dying over here trying to figure it out. But definitely, excuse me, burping. We really appreciate you all tuning in to this episode. Feel free to follow us on any way you would like to connect with us. Either subscribe to this podcast, jump over to the YouTube, subscribe, hop into the Discord and hang out with us, follow us on Twitter. Any of those methods, we'd really appreciate it. It'd help us out a bunch. And you can keep up to date with us over here at the Thought Patrol crew. And that's about it, Keon. You got anything over there? You weren't?
I'm still looking. I'm going to look until I find it, I swear.
If you do, you can post it in the Discord. But what you got for an outro to our lovely viewers?
Have a good week, you guys.
Yep. So, before I leave you guys, I have a thought. Or, I completely fucked that up, but whatever. The plastic things on the end of shoelaces are called aglets.